What's going on, guys? It's Greg Eyes, and welcome to a face-off head review. We've got a 3-pack here for you because we've gotten a bunch in. Now, I'm not going to totally review these. Winston, who was a face-off guy in college, D3 and D1, will take some reps at the end of the video, and you can also check out other channels like Green Knuckles and Greg Gurenlian for a full in-depth breakdown. But first, we got the Maverik Logic. Huge recovery, great hands. We have the STX Exit, and then we have the Gait Face Off. 2 hands. Elite. So let's go down these one by one. I think the most interesting one is probably the Gait Face Off, but we'll start here. This is the STX Exit. So they've officially dropped the dual branding. They're pretty much the first ones to come out with like a truly branded Fogo head in the dual. Winston, would you say that's true? That was like the first one that said this is a Fogo head.
Blade Pro.
Yeah, Blade Pro maybe, but they've dropped the dual just down to Exit for the X-it, you know, kind of a cute little name there. And their big selling point is they've got these teeth on the inside and a strung to the inside style bottom rail to keep the mesh on the inside and the teeth against the ball. It's a cool concept. I think there's been mixed reviews on it, but I think generally people think it's a pretty cool idea. As far as struts, they have very Mark IIF style struts. I would say if this was just a silhouette without this, you'd be hard pressed to see that this wasn't the exact same placement. They do have one little one up here, probably does nothing, but does differentiate it slightly. Got the speed scoop, which is really great from STX. I know people love that, and Fogo's really important. And they do have a throat plug and 4, count them, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 screw holes, and a cool little exit. This also comes in neon green and purple, and it costs 99 bucks. So pretty nice from the STX Exit there. I think it's maybe getting some mixed reviews, maybe starting to grow in popularity a little bit. Next, we have the Gait Face Off. Now, I really like the name. I don't know how you guys feel about the name. I feel like it's just like, let's just go straight down the middle. This is the Face Off head. This is called the Gait Face Off. So I don't know which is which. I think it says it on it. One of these is the Gait Face Off Flex, and the other one is the Gait Face Off Stiff. Okay, there you go. It's got an F in the corner here and an S in the corner here. So this is the Gait Face Off Flex. This is the Gait Face Off Stiff. I can't honestly tell which is stiffer. They feel identical to me. That's neither here nor there. They only come in this crazy natural yellow color. For me personally, this crosses over into like from cool looking bone raw natural into sort of butterscotch, a little too dark natural, but it is the natural color of the plastic they use. Got the Gait logo. I think the interesting thing here is no throat whatsoever. This is the shortest throat that has been on lacrosse sticks since STX did some of this stuff back in the day with the crankshaft and the G22. So it comes with this crazy accessory pack. You get 2 little bins of all kinds of, just an insane spread of ball stops and screws. You even get like a high quality screwdriver bit. You get a drill bit. I mean, this is an insane suite of accessories. You get 2 screwdriver bits. I mean, this is great. I need these for home. And then you get 2 enormous screws. I mean, this is a really big screw. And then a couple even smaller and a 3rd size of screws. So anyway, suffice all that to say, this is an insane set of things to install this head. What it seems like you do is you put the head on, and then this gigantic screw goes down through the throat and will expand that throat, sort of like an axe head kind of fit. To fit, and you put the other screws in this very thin throat section just to lock it in. So that's a lot, but I think the idea of getting your hand that extra, you know, 1/4 inch, you know, 3/5 of an inch could be, 3/5, that's not the ratio, could be a game changer. I haven't really seen this adapted on the field a ton, but it's pretty new. I think even the face-off guy at Syracuse was still using a Nike CEO. So we'll see if Paul Gait gets him to switch up at Syracuse next year. But the Gait Face Off, I respect them for coming out with truly unique product. This is pretty crazy, and the way you put it on is even crazier. And finally, we have the Maverik Logic. They did manage to get a K on there, just like they do all their heads. They sent us this crazy unboxing experience. This might now be out of battery. It's not out of battery, but it is not opening. Pretend like, Winston, can you put a doorbell noise in there? Okay, doorbell noise. And then there we have our Maverik Logic pizza box. I don't know that I necessarily see the relationship between the Logic and pizza, or how they came up with this idea. Oh, here it is. There's a doorbell in here. Oh my God. That's it is the Titanic song. How long is it gonna go for? It's Celine Dion. My heart will go on. Wow, I'm really glad I figured that out. That was special. Okay, I do like all the little custom touches featuring Force Tech, no off season. Then on here they've got where there would be toppings. It does all of the things: clamp, plunger, jam, pinch, rake, counter, laser, pop. And I even wrote my name on it, which was pretty cool. So open that up and we have the Maverik Logic. I'll tell you what, this is zip tied down. We didn't really, okay. They got a pizza box sticker. They even got a little order card that has different things on it. So this is a Logic Maverik's newest face-off head. They made the lock, which was not super well received, would you say? I don't think people really ever played with that. But they have so many Division I schools that I feel like it was probably killing them to see them all using other people's face-off heads. So they were like, guess what? We're just gonna make the 2F. We'll just make it and people will use it. And I think people are starting to adopt it. It is, I would say, the most similar competitor to the 2F on the market, almost identical to the Exit. They were like, let's just do 2F struts and add one at the top so it looks different. I mean, you can't, that could not be more similar. That's identical, right on top of each other. They've got a very nice thin back rail, similar to what the 2F has. Their cool 3D printed ball stop, which is in the Maverik Optic Force. A short throat, probably similar to the Weapon X2, 2F. No plug on this, which I think people don't feel like you need a plug for face-offs. And the signature Maverik jewel there, I've heard, maybe Winston behind the camera can confirm, it feels similar to the 2F. It's a similar stiffness, it's a similar shape, the struts are the same. It's gonna play similar, so I think they're finding like their pros in the PLL and their college athletes, they're able to actually get them to use it because it is so similar. If you can't beat them, join them, I guess is where that falls into. And I don't blame them for that at all. It's got a decent scoop. Not too much else to say. It's kind of just, you know, a 2F competitor. So those are your new face-off heads. Face-off guys are experiencing a glut of releases. We've also got the Burn Formula. You've also got a new CEO-ish, right? The 3's out. So there's a lot of face-off heads right now. Can't forget about the Weapon X2. Yes. Maybe we can put some Weapon X2 highlights in real quick. The PLL, Weirman, Stathicus. Winston, say some other names that are in there. Rowlett. We got a lot of Weapon X2s in the PLL this year. So Winston will put a couple reps in, a couple highlights, and then you guys can check out some other outlets for more reviews of the face-off heads. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.
What up guys, Winston here. Going to start stringing up these 4 heads. Now I must preface, I'm a bit of a novice stringer. I've strung my whole life, but I'm not the best. So when I say that the Exit took me a little bit to learn how to string, take that with a grain of salt. It took me about 12-15 minutes to get it all the way done. But I did string up a nice pocket. I'm also using Hero 2, so the pockets aren't as defined. We just had some free pieces lying around. I didn't want to take any mesh out of inventory. Next up, the Logic. This string up super easy. Felt like stringing up a mark. Pattern is super universal, easy to do, quick, probably under 10 minutes. Next up was the Gait Face Off. Similar to the Exit, this one took a little bit of figuring out how to do. I had to redo the top string a couple times because they had some weird top string holes. They had 8 in total, if I'm not mistaken, so I had to figure that out, but not that bad. The stringing holes are small. If you can see with this next one, it took me a long time to get the string through the hole twice for the top string, and I ended up just bailing on the other side and just going through one string hole. So I did think that was notable, but same deal. It took me a little longer, probably 15 minutes to string this, but I string up the best. So now I'm gonna put on the GoPro and take some live reps and show you guys what these heads look like when they flex.
You're gonna get a full shout out in the video. Okay. And it's gonna give me 50, like this.
Like half the ball.
Yeah, it's gonna be kind of lame. You're just gonna be sitting there, and I'm gonna like do a couple punches where I punch through the ball. See how I'm gonna rake. All right, round 2. Whoa. This is way flexier. This immediately feels like a 2F. Nice. It's a big sidewall. Super thick sidewall. Cool. That's crazy. Okay, so none of these screws align. I don't really want to mess up the shaft because we use it for people to test out heads here at the office. So I'm just gonna do the big screw and hope it doesn't come off. That's on there pretty good. Now I see where they have the small drill bit. Donna, can I see your face-off technique? He's stuck in 2016. This is the flex. Butter. I mean, I'm embellishing, but it's gonna be like facing off with a burn. Okay, these are fun to face off with though, if I remember correctly. I mean, I could see people wanting to use this if they're going into like a heavy tie-up situation. Okay. This thing is also a noodle. Looks like a, yeah. Ooh, I like this. Man, this faces off well. Okay, and then a rake. I do like how it gets it out. I want to switch real quick, one for good measure. I'll show you guys how the Weapon X2 flexes. And very biased, but this is my favorite head. Okay, Kyle, you want it?
I want the business. Let me get it.
You're gonna be in the YouTube vid.
That's all right.
Do you want to? I'll give you a graphic.
What happens when I smoke a D1 athlete? Never played a day in my life.
More just like, yeah, natural. Both hands have to be on the ground though. Okay.
Yep.
Down, set, go.
Oh no.
Ew, and he sticks it.
I got game, bro. Like, yay.
God, that was tough.